What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. My name's Jordan, and you might remember me from doing the player ratings or the odd match reaction video. I've been on the channel a few times talking about Everton in general as well with a few of the lads. And today I'm going to be doing my Everton 11. So I'm 33 years old this year, and I have, jumping the gun there, aren't I? I'm 32, but I'm 33 this year. I've been watching Everton, mainly in the Premier League, because I was born in the late 80s, so all these players are going to be from the Premier League, mainly. And I think I've come up with a pretty good team here. I've gone my 4-5-1 formation, because the amount of players I wanted to put in there, most of them were midfielders, because I feel like that's where we've probably shined best, especially under David Moyes. So I've gone with a 4-5-1 formation. It was still a hard team to pick, but I think I've come up with a pretty good one here. And let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think? I mean, we're not all going to have the exact same team, are we? I mean, we're all born at different times, and we've all seen Everton at different periods. And you might think, Luca Dean is a better left-back than Leighton Baines. It's your opinion. Who knows? But let's just get into my Prem 11. By the way, I do have a YouTube channel. If you want to check it out, where I talk about all these films behind me, the link will be in the description. It's a movie-based channel. If you're interested in that sort of thing, get over there and give it a go. So let's just get into it. The Prem 11. Now, for in goal, I've gone with Neville Southall. Now, I know this was his best era was the 80s. I know that. That's where he won everything. He was part of that team. That was just unbelievable. But I still was lucky enough to see Southall live a couple of times. Well, not a couple of times, for a couple of seasons. And I still see him pull off some unreal saves for us. Always remember him in the 95 Cup final as well. I know this is mainly based on Premier League, but that was still the time I watched him. And he was fantastic in that game. It was a really hard one, this, because I had seen Tim Howard a lot more than Neville Southall. But I still remember Southall being a great keeper for us from what I seen, and like I said, pulled off some real saves. I always worried in the derby a couple of times when I watched, but he just made me feel assured a little bit, and I felt safe with him in goal. So yeah, best goalkeeper we've ever had, isn't he? Let's be honest. So I'm gonna go with Neville Southall in goal. Left back, very easy decision for me. Leighton Baines, best left back I have ever seen for Everton, easily. A lot of debate whether he's better than Ashley Cole or not. That's another discussion for another day. But I just thought he was absolutely brilliant for us. Rapid down that left-hand side, him and PNR clicked really well together. Played for us for a long time. It was something like 13 years or something. Got him for 3 million from Wigan. What a steal that is. I just think he's the best left-back we've had. And probably will be very hard to beat. I know Lucas Dean is really good, but Leighton Baines was something else. I mean, just what a player he was. Free kick specialist, used to bang them in all the time for us. I remember he scored 2 at West Ham. That Newcastle free kick was unreal. And I thought he was a pretty good quality defender as well. But, he was just brilliant for us, Leighton Baines. Absolutely amazing player. Got to put him at left back. I'll go to right back now. I'm going to put Seamus Coleman in there. I think around 2012, we probably had the 2 best fullback pairings in the Premier League. I just thought they were both brilliant at that time. Both getting up the wings, causing defenders all sorts of problems. Seamus Coleman has come up with some really important goals for us as well. He's still the captain right now to this day. Really solid defender. 60,000 from Sligo Rovers. What a bargain that is. I mean, if you think Leighton Baines is a bargain, look at that one. We have done some bargains in the past, and it'd be a bit of a tragedy if Coleman doesn't win something with us. I hope he does. I hope he gets to lift the FA Cup or something this year. But yeah, it no brainers for me. Them 2 left back and right back positions, 2 fullbacks, easy picks for me. I'm sure they'll be in most people's Prem 11 or Everton 11s, won't they? But brilliant player. And he knows the club, him and Baines know the club as well. That's a really important factor, I feel. So yeah, Baines and Coleman, definitely fullbacks. Going into centre-backs now, I'm going to go with Dave Watson. Again, he stayed, I think he was here for a little bit longer than Southall, or played a little bit longer. I remember watching him quite a few times for Everton. captain, wasn't he? Actually went to player manager at one point when we were managerless. So that just proves how much trust this club put in him. He's a solid defender, loved defending. You know, obviously the highlighted image is him lifting that FA Cup, isn't it? But I just thought he was a pretty, really solid defender, I thought. I had to put him in there. Would he be captain of this Premier 11? Hey, maybe. Yeah, probably would, actually, now that I think about it. But solid defender. Pretty, just a solid centre-back, really. I've gone with Phil Jagielka as the other centre-back. Now, in 2011... just before he got injured, I believe, or was it 2008, sorry, or 2009, sorry about that. I think it was before the FA Cup final. He was on fire. I mean, I was just like, oh my God, he is such a good defender. And he unfortunately got injured and didn't play in that final for us. And I believe if he was in there, along with Arteta and stuff, we might have won that final. We were missing some key players then, and he was one of them. But he's just been a brilliant defender for us for all these years. Again, another bargain. But always... smelt danger, just a solid defender. Come up with a lot of goals as well for us with important times for the centre-back. And it was sad to see him go, really. I mean, I know it's probably time, but even that last season, he played some important games for us. Remember the Arsenal goal when we beat them 1-0? Yeah, probably, if you out of him and Watson, I'd probably say he was the better centre-half, to be honest. I mean, Watson was probably more of a leader, even though Jagielka was captain, but Jagielka was a solid centre-half. Brilliant defender. Yeah, just a brilliant defender. Him and Watson had to be them two. We'll go into the left wing now. I'm going to go with Stephen Pienaar now. Him and Baines were just unbelievable together. Telepathic, weren't they? Pienaar, I don't feel gets enough credit from other fan bases than he deserves, to be honest. I mean, we all know how good he is, but him and Baines were just brilliant down that left-hand side. Really skillful player, had a lot of flair. He walk into this midfield now, I believe, to be honest. Just a solid player. And one that we really missed when he went to Tottenham. And he eventually come back. It was a shame he had to go. But I just loved how creative and skillful he was. Amazing midfielder. Really was. Underrated, I feel. And on the right-hand side, I'm going for Andrei Kanchelskis. Now, apart from one other player in this team, he's probably the closest to world class that I've picked here. I think he was only here for one season, but I remember just watching him glide past players like they weren't even there. Scored 16 goals, I believe, in the Premier League that season. Was amazing for us. Absolutely brilliant. And like I said, he was only here for a bit, but can't quite recall seeing a player like him for us. He just had everything that a winger should have. He was unbelievable. Truly. You know what? I don't throw the term world class around, but for that season, he probably was. Just a fantastic player for Everton. And it was horrible to see him go, but there you go. In the centre, we've got Idrissa Gana Gueye, holding midfielder. I have to go with him. Definitely the best tackler of the ball I've ever seen in an Everton shirt. Just put out fires that you didn't think were possible. Just popped up here and there all the time. Probably his attack and play could have been a little bit better at times, but there's a reason PSG came in for him, wasn't it? I mean, he was just unbelievable for us. The best defensive midfielder I've ever seen for Everton. Lee Carsley was really good as well. I mean, that's an honourable mention for sure for this position, but for me, Guy, just unbelievable. I think he had the most stats one season for most tackles from a midfielder. I think he beating Kante to it, who everyone raved about. He was a good player, by the way, but Idrissa Gueye was unbelievable. In the middle, I've gone with Arteta as well. Now, I was thinking about putting him on the wing, but because that was, he was really good on the wing for us, but he's still done the job in midfield, and that's, where he cemented most of his late career in the centre mid. Creative player, very skillful. Seen him do some brilliant things on the pitch, score some very important goals for us. That Fiorentina goal, what a goal that was. Score loads of great free kicks. Just a very exciting midfielder. I loved Arteta. He was one of my favourite players that I've ever seen for Everton. Just a brilliant midfielder all round, wasn't he? So another bargain, 2 million or something. what a steal that was. So yeah, Arteta had to be in there. Tim Cahill, gonna put him in there as well. Now, he was my favourite ever Everton player because of his, you know, he just popped up with important goals all the time. He got the club so much. You know, he's still an Everton fan to this day. I love Tim Cahill, always will. The man is one of my heroes. I just loved how good he was at heading the ball as well. He just sprung up so high, didn't he, and scored so many headed goals. Another bargain, 1.5 million from Millwall. Oh, you can't deny that David Moyes bought some bargains there. And he was just a brilliant player. He really was. I mean, that attacking midfielder position just suited him so well. Just off the striker there. Yeah, I loved Tim Cahill. Had to put him in there. Had to. He was just a brilliant player. And a brilliant brilliant personality-wise towards the club as well. And up front, this was... Look, it weren't hard because the player I've put up front here was the best player I've ever seen with my own two eyeballs in an Everton shirt, and it is Wayne Rooney. Now, you could argue Lukaku should be there because of the amount of goals he scored, but for what I seen Rooney do on that pitch was absolutely magical. I didn't know things that he'd done were possible. I was just blown away by how good he was, especially at the age of 16 and 17, playing for Everton. Scored his first goal at 16 against Arsenal to end their unbeaten run. I sound like the commentator there, don't I? But Rooney was just unbelievable. I mean, I didn't really want him back because of the way he just disrespected us. And I know that might be petty and stuff, but for them first couple of years, I'm talking about the Rooney when he first come through here, he was unstoppable. Such a good player, and I knew he was going to go on to greatness, and he did. Arguably, we might have had him at his most exciting period, but he still went on to great things, didn't he? But with my own two eyeballs, best player I've ever seen for Everton. So I had to put him up front. So there you go. We're going to do some substitutes as well, one for each position. Now in goal, I've gone Tim Howard. I know a lot of people give him a lot of stick towards the later end of his career, but I thought he was a really solid goalkeeper for us for quite a long time. Nigel Martyn was a good one as well, he really was, but I don't know, I've gone with Howard. It's not even due to the longevity as well. I just thought he was a really good keeper for a long period of time. You know, pulled off some great saves. I can't remember who it was against, but I remember he had to lean back. Was it against Southampton or something? I can't remember. Lean right back and pull it off the line. It was a great save. He actually scored for us as well against Bolton. Remember that one? And we still lost the game. Only Everton, eh? But yeah, great keeper. So I have to go with Tim Howard. Defence, one defender I've got to pick. I've gone with Joleon Lescott. It was between him and Luca Dean, but I've gone with Lescott. Maybe Luca Dean might make this in a couple of years. But I've just gone with Lescott. I thought he was a really, really good defender. Loved him at left back, loved him at centre half. Scored lots of important goals for us and was pretty solid at the back as well. In midfield, I've gone with... I'm just going to have to look there because Marouane Fellaini, of course, yeah. There's a reason Man U came in and bought him. He was influential for us for a couple of seasons there, especially towards the later end of his Everton career. Put himself about, tall, aggressive, scored lots of important goals. Good midfielder, really good midfielder. A lot of rival fans might like to say that he was clumsy and stuff, but I thought he was a great footballer. So Marouane Fellaini on the bench. And of course, the striker is Lukaku. I mean, his goals speak for himself, don't they? I mean, he was class for us. You know, do you know what? I'm not really a fan of bringing players back, but if he wants to come back tomorrow, maybe. I know Dom's doing boss for us, but him and Dom up front would be amazing. But brilliant striker. Shame he went. Shame the way he left us. The way he did, but no denying how good he was in front of goal. He just ate goals, didn't he? So yeah, Lukaku, got to be on the sub bench. And that is my Prem 11. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Look out for the other lads' Prem's 11 as well. If you want to comment underneath, I'll try and get back to you all. Please like and share this video. And don't forget to subscribe to the Toffee Blues as well. Thanks so much, everyone. See you later.